who wants to get cheated out of money live chat?
But like they like the victim situation.
That's why they say business is cutthroat, because it's not about your feelings. It's not about doing people right. It's about getting as much value out of an interaction or a transaction as possible from people. That's all it is.
So I've learned that recently, you know that young boy that we like, that whole boy, that young Stunna with the 10 girlfriends bitch? Apparently, recently, he was paid like 5 million. And I'm gonna break down to you what happened to this 5 million. And fuck Kabza the Small for this anyway, and fuck the DJ Maphorisa. So anyway, this young boy gets the 5 million from wherever, I think from all the work that he's done and whatnot. And then I've learned that Kabza the Small takes 2 million, gets paid 2 million, obviously for all the work and the whatnot, producing the music and doing, right? And then DJ Maphorisa also got 2 million out of the 5 million, leaving $1 million, right? So if you're thinking the 1 million went to the young ho boy, you are damn wrong. So out of the 1 million that was left, 500,000 goes to the manager that's doing all the work and whatsoever. And then out of the 500,000 bitch, they charged him for the clothes, you know, he's always wearing that expensive stuff and what's or not. Obviously, he wasn't buying it, so clearly. So the only amount that this young Stunna was left with was 143,000 rand. Can you believe that? Getting 5 million from all your work, and then you end up with the changes change 100,000 if we just break it down. You know, it's real sad, but apparently when you go to young Stunna's contract, he signed, he actually earns a salary. So Kabza the Small pays him a certain amount and whatnot, but bitch.
So like, I'll be honest, I was expecting something like this to happen. I was really expecting, I knew somewhere along the line I'm gonna hear that young Stunna is cheated of his money and what. And it seems to be the case with all of these people. Like, this further shows me that one, the SA music industry does not have money. But wherever there is money made, you have those sharks that are waiting to take that money. That's why, like, there's only a handful of people having a lot of money while the rest are hungry. They don't have any money. Their lifestyles are not changing. They're still the same people that they were before their music careers took off.
Yeah, so this is one thought I've always had. I always had, like, watching this whole Amapiano thing play out, is that why is it only that it's DJ Maphorisa and Kabza the Small who are balling?
That are balling like that.
Like, they buying multiple
but
cars.
They're not the only people that are making serious music.
They're not the only people making hits. So the other people that are making hits, like your Sir Trills, Dali Wongas, even your Young Stunna. Young Stunna had a very good year last year.
Yo, Young Stunna he went to the point where he's probably like one of the best, to be honest. And like his flow just kept being like, you know, consistent. He was just consistent. And
so he had a whole lot of hits within last year and the year before. He was just dropping hits after hits after hit. But he doesn't have much to show for it, like no car.
Nothing.
The clothes that he'd be wearing, Musa Kaula is saying that he didn't even buy those clothes himself.
It's sponsored
clothes. And it seems like he spends most of his time at Kabza Small's house. So he could be staying there, it's like a scenario
that's the definition of being someone skivvy, to be honest. Like, they've really made him their skivvy. And you could see, like, that boy is a very soft boy, and I feel like they have taken advantage of that. Like, they've taken advantage of him, and I feel like his situation wasn't so great, and now he's just grateful being among the great.
So that's the thing. So I think like these guys are like very good at exploiting
people.
So what happens is they go look for talent in like these disadvantaged areas, like hoods and what. And then when they find a talented person in the hood, what they usually do is they take them to like their house.
Yeah, they're like, oh my god,
they stay with them.
Maphorisa's house.
Because there's a story that I heard of Lucas Raps, Blackie, one of them as well. usually when they came to Joburg, they would stay at my producer's house. They all stayed there. They're all making music there.
Can you imagine?
So what happens is when these guys go big and then they make hits and stuff like that, then my producer comes through and then he says that, but you guys are staying in my place, you're eating my food, about my electricity, all those things. Now he's starting to tax them. He's starting to tax them for staying there. And I think that's what Kabza does as well, because a lot of videos I've seen, Young Stunna, is at Kabza's house. And I think a lot of his artists stay like somewhere in the vicinity. So I think what happens is they take these disadvantaged kids, make hits off of them, and then take their money as well. Just leaving them with like the fame or whatever. But you see exploitation by these are the people that are making the money, but the people under them are the ones that are not getting any money out of it. They have nothing to show for it. Their lives haven't changed that much. Sure, they got fame.
Yes.
But in terms
and
of
like a lot of the times, like that's the thing. These young artists get blinded by all that. Like they get caught up in the fame. They get caught up in all of that. They get caught up in the fact that ends are busy lying where they are. Like my producer will take them there. And not worry so much about what assets am I actually accumulating, or what am I actually doing to improve myself? And then the next thing you're gonna open, boom, your career is over. You understand? Like, yes. And I feel like they string you on, make you believe like, oh no, don't worry, there's more where that came from, right? So we're gonna keep making more music. We're gonna think now where you think, okay, things are always gonna be this good. At some point, I'm gonna get to the point where I'm, accumulating things of my own. And looking at their lifestyles, you're gonna think like, oh, I'm gonna be like one of them. So you get blinded by all of that, and I feel like this is something that other artists are not communicating much. If they were more open and honest about these things, then not a lot of people would fall for these traps. You understand what I'm saying? Like,
oh well, it is just one of those stories. You've heard it quite a few times before, where artists get swindled out of a large sum of their money.
Yeah.
Like, what hurts is that these are not record labels, these are actual people.
It's
like
people.
Kabza the Small, my producer, they're artists as well.
Yes.
So you would assume that they would look out.
So you just think they'd understand and look out for other artists. And to be honest, I don't understand this thing of like, why do producers actually feel like they are way more entitled to more of the earnings than the artist?
Well, with them,
I really don't understand that. It's just like, for instance, an agency. Yes, we get it. You do all the work to find somebody a job or whatever, or placing someone or whatever. But we understand that there's a fee that is paid out. Usually like 10% or whatever, or maybe 20% if negotiated. But it's never about 50% of the actual talent or the actual artist. So it's like, where do they get this behavior? Why is this something that
it's exploitation?
It's exploitation, and it's bad. It's like, when you should only, yes, we get it, you did a lot of work, but that's your job. Your job is being a producer. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, well, yes, you're gonna feel entitled, like, oh, there won't be a song without you, but like, the rare thing there is the talent, not really the producer. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, that person could have gone to any other producer, you know what I'm saying? And they could have still been the same talent. And I feel like just because these people are coming from disadvantaged backgrounds, they're not able to talk for themselves. They're not, even if you're just grateful that you've broken into the industry. And it's like, it's been your dream. So some things you're gonna overlook them, but that's bad. But this practice must stop. This practice must stop. There's no way that a producer is supposed to be getting more money than the artist itself. That is rubbish.
Well, it's not. It's just business, and it's always been like that. But
bad business.
Yes, that's bad. That's also, you also have to put accountability on Young Stunna himself, because he signed the contract and he knew the terms, or he's supposed to know the terms. So,
well, chances were they were gonna chuck him away if he didn't want to take the job.
Yeah, that's why they feel entitled to that, because it's like, okay,
we made you.
Yes, if you don't sign this contract, okay, go try it yourself then. Go try it yourself and see how.
Bye-bye.
But okay, I know if I get with these niggas, I'm a blow.
You want to be on a track with Kabza. You want your career to start off with the Kabza or Maporisa.
So that's why
you're gonna be taken seriously.
But the other thing is, what I want to talk about is that Kabza was actually quite smart, even though it's exploitation. He was actually quite smart in giving young Stunna a salary, because now it works like a normal 9 to 5, where it's like it doesn't matter how much my work makes for the company.
Yes.
Like, let's say you're working for a corporate.
Which let's be honest, in corporate that happens all the time.
Corporate happens all the time. My work can make the company millions, but because they pay me a salary
every month,
so I'm not entitled to any percentage of what they make. So that's what he did in this whole situation. He was like,
smart.
okay, I'm gonna just give you a contract, give you a salary. What I make,
everything behind.
Yo, people are wild.
People are wild, man.
But then that's the average 9 to 5. That's the average.
That's kind of smart. I'm showing it corporate scamming, and we can't be mad at every company that decides to do that, because it's just how it works.
That's just business.
The banks work like that. Like
business works like
that.
So I can't really be too mad about him for that, because that's like I'm saying, like Stunna signed.
But I'm happy about the fact that he is at least getting a salary. So he's not getting nothing, and he's not getting nothing waiting for that 5 million, for instance.
But you know,
and then getting swindled and getting.
But you know, the painful thing is, even though in corporate you know that, okay, my work is making the company millions, you don't physically see that.
You don't physically see. Now imagine your money's coming in through you.
And you physically think, okay, I'm making this person great, and I'm just getting a normal salary. So that should be.
Surely you should be getting some sort of raise or bonus. I think that you could have some. Yes, like, okay, fine.
That probably was his bonus. That 100 and something K.
Wait, because generally maybe he makes like 30K or something like that. So I was
like, here's your bonus.
So here's a bonus.
100K.
Oh my God.
That was probably.
Oh my God!
It's crazy stuff. It's crazy.
It's business. But really, we really need to check the fine print.
So that's why this is more exploitation, because they get these people from disadvantaged backgrounds.
Yes, cheap labor
that are not literate.
It's like cheap labor, and in the corporate, it's your cheap labor.
So they get these people from disadvantaged backgrounds. They're not very literate. They don't have the resources to get lawyers to check these contracts over properly. They're just exploiting. Like,
absolutely. And they're just grateful that they are rubbing shoulders with these people. So it's like, for them, it's like more than enough. Like, wow, I'm rubbing shoulders with,
So that's why I really cannot be too mad at this, because young Stunna signed into that, and he's been getting a salary. Imagine getting a salary because the last album he dropped was like 2021, I think.
Sure, so he's been
getting paid a salary.
Then come on. And we also need to look at the figures as well, like how much is he getting paid? He could be getting paid something close to $1 million an annum. Like,
he could be getting $1 million a year.
Yes. So in 3 years you could have made 3 million, nigga. So come on, you pay me back for my salary, for that salary. In fact, even now I'm being nice. I'm taking 2 million instead of 3 million that I've been paying you.
It could be a situation.
It could be.
Because I personally feel like if young Stunna felt like he was being exploited,
he would have been more vocal.
He would have been really vocal about it, and he would have separated himself from all Kabza. But because he's still working with them and stuff like that. Because young Stunna is established now. He can stand on his own if he needs.
But I feel like these artists, they like the drama as well. Like, they'll put the narrative out there somehow, or whether they're sharing it with someone who's gonna have a big mouth to go and sasaza it somewhere.
I don't even think.
But they like the narrative.
I don't even think he's the one who put it out there. Musa Kalu probably got this information. Probably from somebody who got this information.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe he told someone, hey, imagine he gets 5 million.
Oh, yeah,
like, deep inside, he understands what's going on a little bit behind the scenes. But he told someone, someone who went to go and tell Musa Kaula. And that's what I'm saying. I think these artists like this narrative where they're like, look, we're being exploited and shit like that. And of which there is some element of
I don't think they like this. They don't like this narrative. They don't like it.
You think they don't?
No. Who wants to get cheated out of money live, like live chat?
But like, they like the victim situation. You see now, even there's the whole rumors like, oh, she made such a big song, Jerusalem, that was big internationally, but she never got paid shit. She didn't get
that's her
money.
fault. That's her fault. Like it is your fault.
How is it the person's fault?
She probably, you know what? These people probably sign contracts that they don't fully understand. But you can take mastication to court. You can just take him to court and get your money.
But like, wait a minute. How? Okay, yeah, you're right.
It's as simple as that.
You're right.
You don't have to be like, oh, I didn't get money.
Because contract is a contract. That's why now they just talk. They talk because they like, come on, guys, sympathize with me.
I actually got cheated. But you signed that contract.
But usually, how do you make me sign a contract now? Okay, I get this is how life works generally. But how do you make me sign a contract before we know how things are going to go?
What are you talking about?
That's not saying I know that's how things go. But like, she never knew that Jerusalem was gonna be such a bang.
Sorry. You should know what you're worth. You should know that's the problem.
She never thought her song will be that big.
I'm saying that's the problem with people, right? You should
How
know.
Are you gonna know
you should know what you're worth, and you should know. And first of all, and the most important thing is that you should know your business. You should know your business. If you're a proper business savvy person, no matter who approaches you, and you know the value of your product, you will not get swindled.
But it's like, it will never be valuable, that product, until it actually becomes a product. So just think of it like this. You're sitting there, I've got to tell Jerusalem. Those people can actually make you feel like you ain't shit.
That's not her first song.
No, but like, okay.
That's what I'm saying. She's produced before, so she knows, okay, I can make good music. So based on
But her songs never went as big as Jerusalem. So she felt like it's just going to be another one of those songs. But based on that,
you should be like, okay, I know that I am good. So I know that I am deserving, whatever work I do in, I know that I am deserving of 60%.
But babe, let's be honest now. From her previous song, would she have been able to tell that Jerusalem was going to be the success that it was?
That doesn't matter. That does not matter.
How does that not matter? That's why like some people agree to these terms because they're like, oh well, I'm not.
Then that's your fault.
I'm not
that's
that
what I'm saying.
big of a name. I'm desperate, basically.
It's your fault again for getting, because you're not thinking business. You're supposed to be thinking business. As a business person, you should always try to get as much value out of the.
But nobody's gonna sign you because you're too big for your boots.
Then so that's how it should be. If you feel like you're really good and nobody wants to sign you, then you have to prove that yourself. Put out the music yourself, whatever. But if you feel like, okay, that's like what you're saying now. Most of these artists do not feel like they're valuable like that. That's why they get exploited.
Yeah.
But if you feel like you will not swindle an artist.
Just make sure that you got the majority of shit.
Yeah, just make sure that you're getting paid what you're getting paid for your work. Like you can't be the person putting in most of the work and then only getting 10% of whatever earnings. Like that just doesn't make sense at all. Yeah. And that's what these people usually do. At least with Kabza, he didn't swindle young Stunna like the way it seems like he swindles him, because he put him under a salary. And he's like, this is your salary through and through for the next 5 years or whatever. Number 2 album will keep it for the next 5 years. This is your salary, right? But whatever earnings we get out here, that shit is mine. And nobody can tell you shit about that. Yeah. And I'll give you bonuses or whatever if necessary. But this is how we're working under this label. And he signed it, and he was like, cool. He could have been a young 4 million rand richer or whatever. But the question is, would he have gotten that 4 million if he didn't work for Kabza? Nope. So there's always those questions as well. So this is the tricky thing, but the most important thing.
But sometimes you kind of know when it is worth the risk or worth the gamble. Yes. Like definitely working with Kabza is worth it. Yes, I feel like if he can branch out now and work on his own, he'll make serious money.
I don't think so.
I think he has to work. He still has to work. He can
he's good.
Buy beats from them.
Yes, no, he's good, but
don't you
they're not going to give him beats. He's
like,
good.
Come on, Kabza, give me a beat, bro. I got 10K.
Kabza will be like, nah.
Play this. Those people that know their worth.
Yes.
I know that this song can be big. Yes. I don't want to even take the risk whether,
It's just a thing like that. Like, even if, okay, I know I'm a graduate. okay, I haven't proven myself yet, but I know that, okay, this degree that I work for is supposed to get me this much. It's supposed to. You can't be going now, taking whatever opportunity you get just because, unless you
okay, can't we revise the contract? I'm sure you can at some point.
There should be a clause there.
Yes, that
if there's no clause for that, then so. If the contract
as long as we have a...
If the contract says, let's see, this contract will run, for this period,
that's
or
fine,
until you've completed this goal, then so you cannot change it.
Or you've earned the company X amount of money or whatever. That's why I'm feeling like youngster must go visit his contract, see how...
I think he's good. I think he's good the way he's living.
You think so?
I think he's happy the way he's living.
But I think he values more of the friendship and everything that he has with these people,
more
and
than the money.
The connection that they give him more than the money itself. And sometimes that is a wiser thing to do, because...
And on top of that...
Maybe if they really care about you, they will make sure that you're good.
And on top of that, artists, for the most part, do not really earn money from their music in terms of royalties and album sales.
So they're doing well for...
So most of the revenue that artists make is through gigging. They usually gig. And I'm sure that even in that contract, Kabza's like, okay, I'm going to take a certain percentage of your gig money, whatever. And I'm sure he's cool with that. And he's like, cool.
God. But to be like, my gig money is my money here. Everything that has to do on the production side and you putting the music out there, why are you going to touch my gig money though?
I don't know how the contract...
That's kind of wrong.
I don't know how the contract works, but...
but admit the gig money part, touching the gig money is kind of rough.
It is possible. It is possible that Kabza could have said that, no, I want to get a certain percentage of it, the money you make.
I get the possibility of that, but I'm saying, like, don't you think that's too much now? Like, okay, fine. You can get from the money from the views, from the what, from the streams, from all of that.
It's too much.
My gigging money, they are buying me. Those people are calling me. That's my appearance.
For the music that I produce.
Which would not exist without me.
And it wouldn't exist without me either. I demand a percentage of everything. It's just business. These guys are really good.
It's really tough that you need each other.
That's why they say business is cutthroat, because it's not about your feelings. It's not about doing people right. It's about getting as much value out of an interaction or a transaction as possible from people. That's all it is. I don't think Young Stunna is mad about this at all, because he would have been vocal about this. Maybe we'll see him vocal next week.
Maybe he's like,
but I don't.
Guys, I'm fine. Please.
He probably won't even talk about this.
And we're just gonna see him smiling. My heart palpitations. We're gonna see him in the video now laughing. Those videos that they always.
It'll be interesting to see what my producer says about this, because he's usually the one that comes out and talks about these things.
Yes. And has an opinion.
It'll be interesting to see.
Because most of the time, I feel like he knows the truth deep down. Kabza never answers it. So I'm not expecting Kabza to answer this.
It is just quite funny that in this Amapiano era, so many hit makers, so many vocalists that do well,
are being robbed, swindled.
It's only a handful of people that are getting money like that from all of this.
God, are we hearing all these voices? Guys, everybody.
So it is what it is. It's business. Just get your business right, and you should be good. You guys let us know what you think.
The only people that are telling them, I guess the producers and Kabza chow the money because they produce for themselves.
They also, they good. They straight.
I am single. My woman does that to finish. Yeah.
So they good.
So do you think the people that are more set in this industry, Vele, is people that can produce?
It's just people with good business. That's it. It's just people with good business. Because apparently Lady Do, she's made quite a bit of money for herself from Amapiano. She's been an artist for like 15 years.
Yes.
But when Amapiano blew up, and then she blew up. And then she made the money that she made, and now she's investing that money in other things like real estate, whatever.
What do you think made Lady Do money mostly? Was it because she knew her worth?
Yeah, good business.
Negotiated good rates and shit.
It's just good business. She probably like, I will not do this song if you're gonna swindle me. And she probably made hella rack like that, crazy rack. But yeah, you guys let us know what you think about this whole situation.
Yeah. Do you really think that these artists are really being exploited by these bigger giants within, the music industry? Or do you think that maybe there are benefits that are there that we are not aware of that, you know, actually make up for all of this? And sadly, we are just given really nasty narrative.
Yeah. Don't forget to like, subscribe.
And keep watching. Bye.
I'll check you guys in the next one.